Litecoin cryptocurrency was up by more than 140% in 2020. Despite a recent drawdown that reduced the asset to about $120 per LTC, the Litecoin price has been through a lot from its launch, going up and down. Its price started at about $3 per LTC and has gone through a number of bubble cycles or alt seasons. These contributed to a significant rise in the price before a minor correction occurred. These price corrections do nothing to counter Litecoin's strong price trajectory. As for the long-term Litecoin prediction, the outlook suggests that Litecoin's potential is extremely high. Eventually, Litecoin closed 2020 at $126.23. Will the price of Litecoin go up this year and in the years to come? Let's find out. A bit of Litecoin history. Litecoin is a so-called digital peer-to-peer currency integrated into open-source software. Technically, the Litecoin project is very similar to the Bitcoin system. Litecoin production and transmission are based on an open-source encryption protocol. There is no central control. With this in mind, all transactions, balances, and expenses are managed by a peer-to-peer network. Litecoin is created on the basis of a cryptological hash function, which in turn generates blocks. Litecoin can be exchanged for Bitcoin and fiat money. The processing in question usually takes place via online exchanges. Litecoin was created by a former Google employee, Charlie Lee, in 2011. The cryptocurrency was created based on the Bitcoin protocol, but differs in terms of the hash algorithm used. Furthermore, it also differs in hard caps, block transaction times, and some other factors. Litecoin was released via an open-source client on GitHub on October 7, 2011. On October 13, 2011, 5 days later, the Litecoin network went live. Lee's goal was to create a light version of Bitcoin with Litecoin. Developers have always stated that you can consider Litecoin to be the silver version of Bitcoin. Litecoin differs from Bitcoin in the prioritization of the transaction confirmation rate, which is approximately 0.5 minutes per block. However, the reality is that Litecoin users will have to wait up to about 30 minutes for their transaction to be processed due to network congestion. Why is Litecoin an attractive investment asset? Litecoin is especially faster at handling payments than Bitcoin and is an excellent, proven complementary alternative. It's a very cheap, super safe highway for making payments, especially when it comes to microtransactions, like, for example, when paying for a cup of coffee. In addition, the Litecoin community is working on the implementation of all kinds of new fintech gadgets that are actually intended for Bitcoin. Litecoin is now working on the implementation of the Lightning Network protocol and applications for smart contracts and privacy. Litecoin is certainly light and cheap, but above all in good hands with fantastic ambitions. Litecoin has a bright future as a classic and reliable altcoin. Most investors see Bitcoin as gold and Litecoin as silver. Litecoin was developed as an alternative to Bitcoin and developed as a lightweight that solves some shortcomings of Bitcoin. It is a classic altcoin with more than 6 years of experience and development behind it. Software updates and new tech can be easily added to Litecoin. As with Bitcoin, there is also a built-in scarcity. In total, only 84 million Litecoin can be mined. Litecoin can be considered a much cheaper and faster alternative. In fact, Litecoin is underestimated relative to other cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin is slower and more expensive to use compared to Litecoin. The fact that Litecoin is fast and cheap has advantages, especially since people in third-world countries without bank accounts can still get Litecoin cheaply and quickly. Why is Litecoin going up? Litecoin is a superior alternative to fiat money when compared to Ethereum. Ethereum was not developed as money, but it can certainly be used as such. You could rather consider Ethereum to be crypto gas. In addition, Ethereum is a much more difficult concept to grasp than Litecoin. Litecoin is just digital P2P money with a built-in scarcity that actually works faster as a transaction medium. This makes adoption much easier and does not require much knowledge. Simply install the wallet app on your smartphone, and you will have your own Swiss Litecoin bank account with which you can actually conduct transactions almost immediately. As the popularity and price of Bitcoin increase and, therefore, the transaction costs rise, cheaper and faster alternatives will be sought. This is Litecoin, baby. Other interesting facts. Litecoin has made a lot of progress and has even been included as a means of payment in Venezuela's mainstream international payments system. Via the Remesses remittance platform, foreigners can send Litecoin to family members and friends in Venezuela who receive bolivars in their local bank account through Remesses. A commission of 15% is charged. which means that the government in Venezuela secretly collects Litecoin. Another interesting fact is that the Litecoin Foundation has a 9.9% share in the German WEG bank. The Litecoin Foundation has received this as a donation from the Swiss blockchain company TokenPay. Together, they have almost a 20% share in this conservative German bank, mainly for real estate investors. Litecoin can thus be recognized in the long term as a possible cryptocurrency for buying real estate in Germany. But we digress, so let's not dive too deep into the matter. Look at the price history and see how the coin develops. Litecoin price analysis. Despite it not being a bullish period for cryptocurrencies, until around October 2020, Litecoin has performed reasonably well compared to its competitors. Charlie Lee is clearly doing really well. He finally introduced confidential transactions, like the privacy coin Zcash, and Monero. LTC's confidential transactions will prevent replaceability, scalability, and privacy issues. The acceptance rate is also quite high. Very recently, the Litecoin logo was even advertised on the UFC mat during a famous fight. It was a real eye-catcher. Furthermore, a new shopping center in Singapore with an ATM that accepts both Bitcoin and Litecoin has been installed. LTC price prediction is very optimistic in the opinion of experts. Experts expect the Litecoin future to be bright in 2021 due to all integrations and partnerships. In addition, the Litecoin community is very active with all the upcoming developments. They will, of course, keep the enthusiasts informed. There is a clear potential that Litecoin will rise further, and is certainly a tough competitor for the other cryptos. If Litecoin can break above its current price and hold on in the long run, the LTC forecast says it will finally retest its all-time high. The maximum height for the Litecoin US dollar rate is likely to remain below $300 for much of the next year. What will Litecoin do in the next 5 years? Litecoin price predictions for 2021 by crypto experts. The cryptocurrency market is very volatile, which means that predicting reliable prices of cryptocurrencies is indeed one of the most difficult things to do. Let's have a look at some recent expert publications regarding their statement and LTC prediction and its market price. They may give us food for thought about Litecoin coin review. Trading Beasts. Trading Beasts predicts a downward correction from June. The average price won't hit $300. Although the maximum rate will stay above $300, it will be below the current value of $362. The minimum price will fluctuate near to $140. Wallet Investor. Wallet Investor always has been frank and conservative in predicting all cryptocurrencies. They have again come out with conservative Litecoin price predictions. The average price during 2021 will be near to $150 with a surge to $289 in December. The highest rate will be below the current rate, reaching $350 only at the end of the year. Since June, the minimum price will fall below $100. Although it will try to break this threshold up during the rest of 2021, the attempts will be weak.